Hello, this is Old Ginger Grandpa wishing you an outstanding morning and a happy day. Do you know there are only three major ways that you can make your money work for you? Number one is to invest in stock and shares where you can earn dividends and also enjoy potential capital appreciation. Number two, invest in real estate properties and you can rent it out, and when the loan is paid you can derive passive income for a long duration of time. Number three is you can start a business. Today I will just talk about point number three, about starting a business. It is very easy to start a business. However, it is not easy to sustain and continue and run the business, to build it and to grow it. Many people harbor the thought and the dream of being a boss and owning their own business. However, they do not have the skill sets or the ideas or the managerial talents or ability. They don't know what it entails. They have no idea what they are going into. So I'll share with you 4 points today about certain things that you have to take care of to ensure that you are on the right footing when you want to start a business. There are many points, but I just want to share these 4 points for you to think about and consider. Number one, you need to sit down with pen and paper to write down your projection. Projection means you need to do the calculation of the costs involved, the amount of capital that you need, the monthly running expenses, and your projected income. Then with this projection and with today's tools on the computer, you can do your projection on an Excel spreadsheet and do the sensitivity sensing to project into the months ahead, into the quarter ahead, into the years ahead for the next 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years into the future. That will give you a very good clear picture of what your projected business and income and profitability, if any, will look like. Point number two, you need to ask yourself a lot of what if questions. What if I am not around to run the business? What if there are too much competition that I'm not able to control? What if I run out of supplies of my raw materials? What if the sales are not in accordance to what I have expected or projected? What if I have challenges with my team members? There's so many questions that you need to sit down. Innumerable questions. Ask friends, ask people around you. Sit down, do not be hasty. Ask yourself all the what if questions. Therefore, just to refresh, number one, sit down and write all your projections. Number two, ask yourself several unlimited what if questions. Point number three, you need to really carefully look at the amount of time involved in running a business. It is not easy. We think that when we open and run a business, it will run by itself. A lot of businesses that you look at, especially F&B, you will probably be thinking, wow, this is a dream that I would like to have. The business is so good. However, you do not know what is in the back end, the amount of preparation involved, the customer relationship management, the supply chain, the cost control, the control over the freshness of the food. There's so much thing that you need to do. The rental of the premises, the payment of the monthly fixed expenses, telephone, salaries, employees' provident fund, social security, income tax, and recording, accounting, and a lot of work, tremendous work, things that you really do not want to be so tied down in. A lot of time is involved. So you need to really navigate through all these things, especially the time involved. You do not want to run a business to make money and then you lose the quality of your life. Point number 4, the team members and the skills that are needed to run that particular business. It is easy to find people with the skills, but it is also not that easy, and sometimes it's quite challenging to maintain and keep them in your payroll. You need to keep them happy. So, are you good in human resource management? Are you the type who's patient and can get along well with team members? Do you have the experience to handle problems? People problem is one of the biggest headache that a business can face, especially when you have several people, they don't get along, and there are challenges and there are blames and excuses. People don't turn up, absenteeism, and if you run an F&B and you depend on the chef to cook, then that is another headache. If he doesn't turn up, it's a big problem, big issue. Friends, I just want to tell you, running a business, whatever business, is easy to start, not easy to sustain, not easy to build. Many businesses fail within the first 5 years or even less. Just to recap the 4 points that I'm sharing with you, you need to sit down and note down all your projections, your budget for several months and several years ahead. You need to also be clear about your exit strategy and what do you want from that business. Number 2, ask yourself several what-if questions. Do not constrain yourself. Even ask your friends to point out to you all the what-if questions. Be open-minded. Number 3, be extremely mindful of the amount of time involved. It can be a huge headache and you can actually imprison yourself and be very stressful to own the business. It's nice to see from the outside, but if you are not experienced in managing the time, you are actually creating a big problem for yourself. Point number 4, the team and the skills required to run that business successfully. I hope this has been useful for you. I'll be continuing to share some of this useful stuff for your financial success, for your financial intelligence, and for your financial literacy. Help me by clicking the like, and also please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can enjoy future sessions that I can share with you, which I hope will be beneficial and useful for you. Thank you very, very much.